Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, The Ethereal Tarot. My name is Alexa, and in today's reading we'll be looking into what you need to know, what you need to hear right now. So there are three groups to choose from. We're just going to jump on in. I'm going to show you them up close so that you can get a good look at them, and the options to choose are in the description box. So whenever you're ready and you know which group you want to choose, go ahead and click the links below to lead you to your reading. So let's see for group one. We have this card of forgiveness here. Make sure you guys take as much time as you need to choose. Pause the video if you want to analyze the cards a bit more closely. Group two, we have this card, Miracles. And last but never least, we have group three with this card, Standstill. So, like I said, the timestamps for each group are in the description box. So go ahead and click that link for your video. Thank you so much for being here with me. If you enjoy, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. It would be very much appreciated. It helps me out a lot, and hopefully you hear what you need in this video. I'd really love to know how you're doing, and yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye, you guys. Hello and welcome, group one, to your reading. So doing things a little bit different today, okay? Very impromptu, but I felt like filming a reading today, so that's what we're gonna do. So I have these oracle cards here. We're going to first look into what you need to know right now, in the primary message or theme, and then we're going to jump into the tarot. So let's start here. Let's see what you need to hear, group one. So please, Spirit, group one. A fork in the road is coming out. Maybe there's a decision that you need to make, delaying a certain process because you're not quite sure which way to go. I feel like the decision is kind of not good or bad. Like, I kind of want to get another one. Can we get a little bit more luck? Okay. And come to the edge. Okay, I do feel like there's some procrastination going on for you, group one, here with this come to the edge, kind of in the it is in the reverse position, and it's making me feel as if there's like this hesitancy of making a wrong move, or feeling as if you're not quite sure what move to make yet. I feel as if there's some opportunity for you to do something differently or choose a different path, whether that be you are looking over your career options and seeing that maybe the one that you're in is no longer fulfilling you, or maybe switching a job position, switching a major, moving locations, not really quite sure where to settle. I feel like you're coming to a crossroads at this time, and there's a bit of fear about what to do next. And I feel like there's a lot of thought that is like projecting forward, and you're basing your decisions on what could happen later on down the line if you make a certain move right now. But I feel like the advice is to center your focus around what can fulfill you right now instead of what might happen in the future, because who really knows, you know. Ensure that your decisions are coming from a place of being centered in what makes the most sense for you at this time, and worry about the details of the future when it gets here. Okay, so I kind of want to get a little bit more of these oracle cards. Like I said, this is very impromptu, very off the cuff, you know, very unlike me. I'm trying to be spontaneous, you know, so that's what we're doing today. We're being spontaneous, and I kind of feel like break out of a mold that you have perhaps put yourself in, where you're expected to do certain things or you have expectations of yourself. I feel a need to say put that to rest and allow new parts of yourself to come through by being more centered and present in here, so that you can really tune into what you do want, tune into what feels right to you in the moment, and you don't really have regrets about what you should have done or you could have done because you did it, because you were present enough to feel that intuitive nudge to do whatever is calling to you. And it's interesting that the bottom of the deck is says be bold and make the first move. So I definitely feel this need to overcome some type of stagnancy or some hesitation around making a certain move. Literally, it could be you thinking about moving. And we have don't let your past hold you back, and a new start is coming, new moon. So I do feel like there's something that's preventing you from moving forward, as if there's like an attachment to something, or an attachment to maybe people or a title, or I don't know what this attachment is, but it's preventing you from being able to move forward. But I really want to get more detail. This seems very vague. Very vague. Can I get one more card? And yeah, no matter the decision that you make, know that a win-win outcome is forecast, okay? If you choose to go this way or that way, all consequences follow a decision. So I want to say that there is no good or bad choice. It's just whatever choice you do decide to make, there are consequences. And I don't want to say consequences as in like negative things. I feel like consequences has a negative connotation, but I want to say that whatever happens, like an action leads to a reaction is what I want to say. I feel like it's not as clear as I'm trying to make it, but no matter the direction that you choose to go, there still has to be action put in place outside of that one decision. Once you do make a decision, you have to continually keep making them. And I feel if this has to deal with a relationship, make the choice that is fair and balanced for all parties involved. And ensure that you're honoring yourself and not holding on to something just because a sense of sentimentality around a situation. And this doesn't just have to be a relationship. This could be you wanting to hold on to old clothes, not knowing, oh, should I give that away? I know I haven't worn it in like 2 months, or 2 months is kind of a short period of time. Let's say 2 years. And it really means a lot to me. I got this in high school, and it's just a piece of memorabilia from my past. And it's like, let go, new things need to enter into your life. Put the past to rest, and be open to what can happen for you. And allow things to close out on a good note, I want to say, especially if you know it's time to either move on, because I do feel like a move on energy in this group, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like recognize that our mind is so fixed on habits and patterns that we kind of get stuck in a cycle. And in order to progress and expand in the way that we see ourselves doing, we have to allow things to end in order for new beginnings to begin. And if we're stuck in hesitancy or schedules or routines, that's the word. If we get caught up in routines, then we can't really make any progression forward, because we're not changing it's like we can't expect things to change if we continue to do the same things. My mouth. Excuse me. But let's get one more oracle card and then we'll move on. We'll move on to the tarot. So I feel a bit scattered in this reading as well. So maybe your attention is being drawn to a lot of different places. There could be a lot happening in your life all at once. You're like, hold on, what do I do? Where do I go? Yeah, and I just feel like there's a need to step back, take some time, retreat, recharge, and really strategize, get a plan in place, and really allow yourself to clear the air amidst the chaos. Center yourself to figure out, where do I go from here? Considering all things, what is the best move for me? And I want to say, if there is something that you are holding on to and maybe preventing yourself from making a move that could possibly change your life. So let's say you are wanting to move somewhere, or you are wanting to change location, that's moving somewhere, or you are wanting to move, just keeps coming to my mind, but change your position or anything, and you're like, I can't do this because of this person, I can't do this because of this thing, I can't do this because of X, Y, and Z. Really ask yourself, are these really limitations that prevent you from doing something, or is it a self-imposed limitation that you kind of accept because the idea of making such a bold move is more scary than it is to let go of an idea that you are stuck, or that you do have to hold on to these things, because really there are no chains linking us to things. We create these emotional ties to people, places, and things that could possibly become a barrier or a limitation in themselves to our own progression in life. I hope that even made sense. Like, what did I just say? But anyway, let's get this last oracle card here and see what else you need to know. I would love if you guys let me know in the comments how this is resonating this far. And while you do that, I'm gonna take a sip of this tea that I have. It's a milk tea, quite delicious. Okay, so we have 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron, and woman holding a coin. So there could be a new job opportunity for some of you that is coming through here. And I do feel like it's really asking you to check in with yourself and your sense of value. What is true for you? Not what is true for your family, not what is true for your friends, not what is true for your dog. Okay, what is true for you? And are you honoring your own sense of value? Are you honoring your own core beliefs? What are your core beliefs? And are you seeing your situation clearly? With this Archangel Metatron here, I feel like a meditation that would be good for you would be meditation in general. Okay, I cannot specifically just give you one, but taking time out to really tune into what's really plaguing your mind about this decision, or what's really keeping you from moving forward with a set plan in place. Maybe you have a dream or you have a vision of how your life should be, but you're getting caught up in the details of how things will come together. And I feel like thank you. You heard that. I don't know what's going on, but yes. I feel like the thing to focus on is grounding yourself and building a stable foundation that gets you to that dream, instead of trying to launch right to the end goal, if that makes sense. If there is an opportunity for you to level up, I feel like take it. And it may be challenging for you to open up to this new opportunity because it is so different. But I feel like this shakeup, or this this newness will invigorate a new level of courage and confidence within you, because you see your capabilities more clearly. And you recognize that not only one path is for you, or not only one thing is for you, or you're not bound in any way to one particular avenue, you know. So I do feel like this has to do with work for a good number of you. But it can also be dealing with a relationship. And I feel like maybe there's some expectations of you from other people, or just expectations that you place on yourself that can pose as a limiting factor for you being able to overcome this sense of confusion or procrastination. I feel like you're kind of getting tired. It's really interesting, your energy, group one. Can we get a little bit more? What else do they need to know, please? What else does group one need to know? Yeah, I do feel like there's a lot going on, a lot of inspiration coming through, but maybe you feel like you can't take action on it just yet. There are some fears around accepting some new position or a new opportunity, or maybe there's this sense of feeling like a fear of the unknown, or a fear of, if I do take this step, where will it lead? And I feel like the most important thing that I feel is being emphasized is having the strength and the courage to just take the opportunity, to just go after it, to just figure it out once you start doing it, instead of trying to be 10 steps ahead. Just take that first step, see where it leads, see the blessings that come in, see the experience that you gain, the connections that can be made, and see where that leads, instead of trying to prophesize how things may go. Can we get a little bit more? Yeah, be open to the adventure. Think big. Expand your horizons. This is also a card of movement. So I do feel like you are being urged to get out there and see more. Step out of your comfort zone. Step out of your ordinary routine, your ordinary life. Take more steps to open yourself up to new experiences, I feel, and recognize that there's a lot to be learned. No matter where you are in life, you can always progress forward, you can always expand, and you can always see more and do more, and not be limited by a sense of anxiety, fear, procrastination. That you're going to be on a path that leads to nothing. I don't know, I just feel like there's some type of apprehension about taking this step forward and trusting in the unknown. I really feel a big message is to trust in the unknown, because it is leading you to a true understanding of what you value, and a true understanding of what it is that can truly make you fulfilled. Truly, truly, truly. That's my favorite word in this reading. I do feel it's time to just like work your magic, unleash a side of you that you're not used to shining. In a way, be more courageous and open, not trying to control the situation so much, or control how things go. It feels very kind of like free falling energy. I feel like it's kind of just saying like shake off the limitations and just be free, liberate yourself from the worries. So interesting. When I was saying free yourself, we have the devil coming out reversed, and that is that sense of feeling restricted and tied down to things, and feeling a sense of limited freedom, as if your freedom is being taken away or suffocated. And with it being reversed, I get that liberated energy of not feeling so tied down or feeling so weighed down by burdens or expectations, but really setting yourself free and maybe releasing old stories that you may tell yourself about how people will view you if you make certain decisions, or certain friendships that may have to end, or certain relationships that may not continue based on whatever decision that you're having to make. If this is in regard to moving somewhere, know that I feel like with this Three of Swords reversed, I want to say the pain will be temporary because you'll be meeting a lot of new people. Yeah, wow, yeah, wow, pretty good, pretty good. Sorry, I kept looking through the cards. We have Six of Wands reversed. Why am I doing this to myself? Adding extra time to the reading. We're already at 19 minutes. It's okay. Yeah, I feel like the more you open yourself up to experience, the more you'll recognize how many opportunities there actually are, and you'll see how much you may have been limiting yourself from truly accepting all that life has to offer because you have been maybe very single-minded or very narrowly focused on where you want to go or how things should be. And I feel like it's a restructuring of your life in a way, or how you view life, or how you approach life. And kind of, I want to say with the Six of Wands reverse, releasing this pressure of appeasing other people's perception of you, or trying to be, for some reason, something you're not came to my mind. That may not resonate for everybody, but I do feel like this is a personal decision that has to be made, and you'll find that you'll gain a lot more fulfillment from choosing what feels right to you and honoring yourself rather than putting your needs aside to appease those of others, especially if this is in regard to your life and how this may change the progression of your life. So for example, like moving away, that is a big change in your life, but if you're allowing this, that, or the third to prevent you from making that decision, then you are allowing something outside of you to hold you back. And I do want to apologize. I don't know what construction is going on outside. I didn't get the memo, but what can I do? You know? So that is the message there. I do feel the need to say, be mindful of how you perceive change. And I think that is a very big message of shifting your focus on how you perceive change and seeing if you see it more of a burden or more of something that liberates you. And there's a lot coming up. Like maybe there's like a fear of embarrassment that if things don't go the way you plan for them to go when you move, people might look at you a different way. I don't know. There's like this focus on perceptions of other people, and I really feel the need to bring that focus back to self and uplifting self, validating self, and affirming yourself and giving yourself room to grow and to make mistakes. You know, we're human. There's human error. We're not going to get it right every time. We're not calculators. And even calculators, I don't know the percentage of when they're right all the time, but I know it's not 100 because they're human made. So, you know, just allow life to provide you with the insight of the moment. Don't restrain yourself from being able to experience, and you know, don't fear the unknown, which is easier said than done because we always yearn for certainty. We always want to know what is going on, but sometimes if we were to know, we miss out on very valuable moments of life. So let's get some closing messages for you, group one. Let's get some closing messages. Closing messages. I want to say, if you do choose to go the route of the new path, or the path that feels a little bit more dangerous or a little bit more bold, I want to say take that one. But do what you feel is best for you. Do not let me tell you what to do. This is only to serve as, a little pep talk, or a little, encouragement, word from spirit, divine, okay? Do you always, because I know I will. So can we get a closing message for group 1? That is so funny. We have traveler, move in a new direction. Isn't that quite silly? So I think that's just like literally reaffirming what I said. Earth Mother, feel loved and comforted through this change. Know that you have a lot of support here for you. And it makes me think of like, this is going to help your financial path, especially with this Taurus card. If you take these steps forward, I do feel like there's going to be an increase in your value. We also have this woman holding a coin, so that's giving, high risk, high reward. Okay. High risk, high reward. And we have Heart Guardian and Magic Guardian. Love and let yourself be loved. Magic Guardian, unlock the magic within. So I do feel like it's time to reclaim your power, really tune into how you're feeling, make more decisions from, let me not tell you what to do. I need to mind how I say these messages, okay? Allow yourself to not only honor what your mind is telling you, not only honor the logical aspects of life, but what do you feel, okay? What do you feel? Group 1, what do you feel? And allow that feeling to unlock a new insight into how you choose to take action. Instead of being so logical and analytical, which can take a lot of joy out of life, how can we combine those two and harmonize our mind and our heart to guide us towards what really will provide us with a solid sense of contentment and fulfillment? And have you been honoring your emotions? Yeah, I really feel with this bee here, it's asking for you to, like how bees jump from flower to flower, I feel like it's asking for you to expand and see new things, kind of pollinate other areas, or allow other areas to pollinate you with new information, or come into contact with new people, cross-pollinating your ideas, and opening yourself up to new connections with people, opening yourself up to what truly does feel warm to you, and not getting caught up in any codependency or any relationships that feel suffocating, but being more open and focusing on your path, reclaiming your power to decide where you want to go and what you want to do, and doing it. And this will provide a lot of healing for you, and it'll open you up to a lot more expansion. But a plan needs to be put in place, group 1. Planning your steps ahead will help you to feel more grounded in these changes. So that is what I have for you, group 1. Let me know how it resonated in the comments. I truly do appreciate it. I had a ball with you here with me. Hope you had a similar experience, because this reading is telling me that you need a lot more experience out here in this world. It's time to shake it up, try new things, really shine your light in new ways, because you have a lot of spark, okay? You have a lot of spunk, okay? I feel it, and I feel like some of that has been suppressed a bit, and it's time to bring it to the surface, in new areas, new spaces, new connections. Yeah, so like I said, let me know how it resonated in the comments. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in another video. Until then, chat with you later. Peace. Hello, group 2, and welcome to your reading about what you need to know. So we're going to start off by looking into this topic with these oracle cards. Then we're going to move into tarot to get more specific and detailed. Before we jump in, though, I do have to preface by saying there is most likely going to be a little bit of noise. There is some unknown construction going on outside, and can't do too much about it. But let's jump in, okay? So let's see what you need to know right now. So let's see what your card just jumped on out. Tick tock. Every time this card comes out, I don't know if you guys know that song by Kesha, but it goes like, tick tock on the clock, DJ throw the speakers up. We're not gonna get too much into it, but so interesting. We have two brooms here, and it makes me think of like time's up on something. The due date is here, the time is now. What are you going to do? It feels very like sobering, like kind of like a judgment call. We get a little bit more about this thinker. Yeah, I definitely feel a contemplative energy for you, group 2. What's going on? What are you thinking about? Is it your foundations? Is it something about what you're building? So interesting. I need a bit more, but I do get this sense of it's time. The time is now. Yeah. So interesting. And it seems as if it's like it's worrying you. For some of you, with the brooms, it made me think of like jumping the broom. Maybe some of you are either getting married soon, or you feel like, why am I not married yet? Or why do I not have the things that supposedly I'm supposed to have at this time? Why am I not where I think I should be? Yeah, with this anxiety card on the bottom, for some of you there is like a pressure behind maybe not having a partner, or there's some stress about the partner that you do have. But I feel like this urgency, like I need to be here, I need to be there, and yet there is no real movement. Or it's kind of like you're in this position purposefully, like there's something that you're not seeing completely clearly, and I feel like this is a time of coming to a sense of what do you really want. And let's say if it is a relationship that you are wanting, are you wanting a relationship for the purpose of checking off a box, or will this relationship really bring you the fulfillment that you're thinking that it would? Or is the current relationships that you are partaking in, are they bringing a sense of value to your life? Not only relationships, but I feel this is taking stock of your life overall. Are there areas of your life that you are feeling unfulfilled, and if so, why? Do you really want that position, or will it bring you a sense of validation that you're seeking? Do you really want that person, or will it grant you the feeling of security in a relationship that you're seeking? You know, really getting to a clear understanding of what it is that you truly are looking for, and being more clear about your intentions, or being more clear about what your desires really are. So that's very interesting. Let's get a little bit more. I might have to pause your video grip too. So I'll see you in just 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. So let's get a little bit deeper. Explain a little bit more. Your cards are just jumping. They're like, boom, this is what they need to hear. Boom, this is what needs to come out, okay? And we have drum, dream, and journey. Yeah, that's definitely giving so much. It's making me think like, you know, in this time of incubation, in this time of waiting for some of you, or in this time of contemplation, really think about what it is that you want in your wildest dreams. If anything could happen, what would you bring to fruition? What would you want to take hold of? And are you limiting yourself from getting there because of a certain idea of how something should be or how something should go? Are you limiting your own possibilities because you aren't seeing just how wide your path is? This is very interesting. I don't know how many times I've said that, but I'm definitely seeing a need to open up to a new perception of the direction that your life could go. There's a lot of worry, I feel, with you, group 2. And what are you worried about? I really would like to know. For some of you, maybe there's a lot of actual like contract agreements. Like, let's say you're needing to pay off a loan, or you have actual real responsibilities that need attention, and you're really preoccupied with how you'll kind of alleviate some of these burdens. I really feel there's like this big message of being honest with yourself and being honest with your current position, and based on where you are, where can you go, instead of saying, based on where I am, this is where I'm not, you know, like, if that makes sense, I hope. I feel a lot of restraint. Even I'm restraining myself. Like, there's like this blockage almost of like seeing things maybe differently. I want to get more. Can we be a little bit more clear? Adjustments are required, for sure. I definitely feel like a shift in perspective, maybe changes in your habits and routines, changes in how you spend your money for some of you, how you engage with your daily life, changing what you do in the morning, in the afternoon. I feel like getting more orderly, getting more organized. I feel very big Saturn energy in your reading. And I mean Saturn from astrology. Very structured, very disciplined, very focused, very methodical. I feel like a plan, a budget, a routine, a schedule needs to be put in place, so that you do have the capacity to dream, to think big, because I feel like there is a fear of dreaming or a fear of thinking big because there are responsibilities that kind of loom over you and prevent you from seeing clearly, because it's like clouding your vision. And I feel like the message or the advice from Spirit, the Divine, your spirit guides, angels, all of the above, I feel like they're really asking for you to take some time out to be logical, to be analytical, put in systems and schedules in place to help you feel more structured, to help you feel more grounded, so that you do have the ground to dream on, you know. So not only are you looking up in the stars, but your feet are firmly planted on the ground and you're actually taking steps toward that big vision. Yes. And trusting the process, laying down unnecessary worries, but focusing on what you can control and really ensuring that you are being very diligent on getting those things together and knowing that when you do your part, the divine always does theirs. So, yeah. And for some of you, there could be some relationship issues coming up, or, yeah, I was saying in the beginning, I feel like there's like some type of relational distractions perhaps going on, and we don't like that too much. And for some of you, it's asking for you to lean on support of those who you have a close relationship with. So let's get some tarot on this. Excuse me. Do I need to shuffle again? No is the answer. So we're going to jump on into this tarot and see what else. There goes that anxiety card again. I look at the Nine of Swords as the card of anxiety. And you have it twice. There's some worry. Maybe you're having a hard time sleeping. There's like constant thoughts about, I feel like the thoughts, see, even I'm kind of getting like, whoa, I don't know. Can we get some, what do they need to know right now, Spirit, please? We have the Knight of Wands. With this Knight of Wands, I do feel it's asking for you to switch things up. And that seems like a really big message for the collective in general, is to do things differently, to explore and get a sense of what makes you passionate, what can get you out of this box that you have put yourself in, and approaching challenges from a more creative and open-minded way, knowing that there is a lot to be learned, and not trying to have so much control over what you don't have control over. Especially, oh my gosh, if this is a person you're dealing with, if they're very flighty, in and out, there's on and off communication, there's unreliable, inconsistent energy, I really feel a big message of recognizing that behavior for what it is and not trying to hold on to something that wants to go, letting it be what it is, especially if they're leaving you hanging or without clear communication. I really feel a big message here is to recenter that focus on yourself and not worry about what that person is doing, what those people are doing. And I really feel that you need to take on this energy of being carefree, of being open, and experiencing more. I think a little bit more. That's not enough for me. Yeah, there we go with the Fool. There's a recurring theme here. Being open to the new, not fearing the unknown, not needing to know how everything's gonna go. Letting go of past baggage that would have held you back in the past, and letting go of any situations or relationships that feel stifling or restrictive, or breadcrumby. They're not giving you what you want, but they're giving you just enough to keep you hanging. Don't take that. If you want 10 apples and they can only give you 5, don't take those 5. You want 10, get your 10, okay? For real. Can we get... Now that's interesting. There is a very similar energy coming through. Group 2, goodness gracious. And you know what? For some of you, there is some relationship issues that are getting in the way of your progression forward. And I need to take a sip of water. This is not water. Anyway, this is milk tea, but I'm gonna take a sip anyway. We have the Seven of Swords and the Two of Pentacles. I'm gonna be honest. This is not the greatest energy I've ever seen in my life, but it's honest. And I do have to say, a primary message I'm getting is get your priorities straight. It's very Saturnian, this energy is. It's like, no more games. There's no time to play around. Cut it out. I feel a very disciplined energy coming through. And yeah, I feel like there's a lot of conflict or a lot of distractions around you, and it's preventing you from being able to see what really matters and what is going to be stable enough to stand the test of time. I feel like you're in a transient energy here, and your focus may be misdirected or focusing on what someone else is doing. I want to say, like, who is this person? They're really disruptive. They're really not giving what they're supposed to be giving. Okay, it just feels like really big distraction energy, and it feels like game playing. Like, kind of, for some of you, if it resonates, if it doesn't, don't take it. But it's giving like manipulation, like subtle manipulation. It's like they know what they're doing, and I'm not liking it. I'm not liking it at all. I'm not liking that. I'm getting upset. I don't like that. What is the advice here? What is the advice? That's so interesting. I wish you guys could see the way these cards fly out, but I want to try something different, say hello, but we have, do not miss the red flags. Don't miss the red flags, okay? See things for how they are. Take a step back. I really feel like with this High Priestess is giving like silent treatment vibes, like just go hush, step back, get your things in order. The High Priestess, okay, get your things in order. Really tune into your intuition, block out the noise, block out the distractions. What is your heart and mind? Allow them to align. What are they telling you, especially your emotions, especially your heart? Now's a big time of listening and not missing what is clearly obvious to you, especially if this is in regard to a person. Not falling for what could be, but recognizing what is. Like, come back to now, seeing the reality of the situation. That's why I'm saying very Saturnian, like what is real versus what you want to be real. Not projecting. Not projecting an idea of what something could be, coming into your power, really standing for what you want and making the decision to move forward with independence. Yeah, the Hierophant reverse is definitely giving like there's some values that are misaligned, and there's something that's just not aligned for you, and I feel like you're wanting something that is running away from you in a way. And I feel like if you're in a runner chaser dynamic, break out of it. so very interesting this is. And you know, I'm trying to think in my mind, like, is this only about relationships, or like what is it? But I feel like that's the distraction, is a relationship or something. There's too many characters here for it not to be about some type of relationship with someone. It doesn't have to be romantic, it can be whatever. If you're still listening, I feel like it's now I'm losing my voice. I feel like you know what this is. I feel like something's going on for too long and some responsibilities are being neglected because there's a focus on something that isn't grounded. I want to really get an advice card. What is the advice here for group 2? What is the advice here? We have Stargazer. So maybe you actually do gaze at the sky with that. It says set your sights higher. We have Wise One, grow within your current situation and release the old and rest. So I do feel like something needs to be let go of. You know what it is, group 2, you know. Really tuning into your intuition. You know, I really get this energy here with this owl and the High Priestess, very clearly hearing the truth of your heart, really tuning into that, letting go of what is not working out for you. We have the Crow twice. It's making me think of the Ten of Swords. I feel like a hard truth is kind of becoming more evident to you, but it is a truth nonetheless. You know, it is still a truth that must be faced, and it is still a reality that must be honored. And it may feel really difficult to let this thing go, or it may feel really difficult to see this for what it is, but that is the only way that you can allow for a new beginning to prosper. And I really feel like with that Stargazer, see beyond, or see your sights higher, what? Or set your sights higher is like zoom out and see that this is only a small portion of your life. And if you were to remain stuck in this, you're kind of setting your own, setting or making your reality concrete within this unhappy situation, or within this unstable or unfulfilling situation, because it does feel quite unfulfilling. But if you were to invite endings in, you could see how much growth there is in allowing the dead to decay and to provide that fertilizer, that new ground for new blossoms of joy to come in. Okay, not to be super metaphorical, but I feel like you're within a karmic lesson here, or there's like a cycle needing to be closed out, a lot of wisdom to be gained, and it doesn't feel the most fun. I did say Saturn. Saturn is a real strict teacher, okay? But we love Saturn over here, you know. I'm a fan, guess my sign. But, yeah, that is what I have for you, group 2. I wish you the best, the very best. Let me know how it resonated in the comments. Please leave it a like, subscribe, and I'm really sending you so much love, sending you so much encouragement, and letting you know, like, you really do deserve the best, so never settle for less. Okay? That's what I have for you. Thank you, group 2, and hopefully I'll see you again. Till then, bye. Hi, group 3, and welcome to your reading on what you need to know at this time. So I have these oracle cards here to get a little peek into what this message for you will be about. Then we're going to get some tarot to get a bit more specific. So let's start with this energy oracle card deck and see what you need to hear. So for group 3, please, what do they need to know? What do they need to hear at this time? That's so interesting. Did y'all see how that flew out? We have the door to spirit. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't start with this deck for any other group, which is really weird that I was drawn to it first. Door to spirit. There's a lot of communication coming through to you. A lot of signs and synchronicities I feel coming to you. I feel like they're going to be really obvious, and I really want to say, like, don't miss the obvious. It's almost like they're trying to give you the answer to something, and I feel it may be a little difficult to really know which direction to go or what to do. I do feel like you're going through a period of healing, a period of recognizing what isn't you anymore, what doesn't feel good anymore. Maybe having some things removed from your life, or you're taking an active role in recognizing what you need to let go of, or what parts of you no longer feel authentic to your values, to what you truly believe. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of mask imagery here. We have the observer there, this attachment card here, she's holding a mask. I feel like things are becoming more clear. Truth is becoming a highlight for you. And I feel like, yeah, ooh, I love that. Like a new understanding of your identity is what I just kind of heard and felt, like a revitalization of self. Seeing the mask that you've been wearing in a new light, and kind of recognizing that some of what you've been doing, or some of the ways that you've been engaging in the world, have been from a space of subconscious habit instead of conscious awareness. And I do feel there's a lot of awareness and understanding coming up about what is not for you. And this has been on the bottom of the deck for every group, but coming to a good understanding of, you know, what you do want, because you've experienced what you don't and what isn't true for you. And I feel like it's a time of reflection right now, a time of really getting a good understanding of what cannot be progressed forward with you, what must be dealt with, what must be let go of, what must be released in order for you to move forward in a way that leaves you feeling lighter, with less baggage, with less distraction, with more clarity, with more insight, and with more wisdom. How can you detach yourself from old versions of yourself and of your life or your reality, and what parts of your life feel outplayed? Or is it outplayed? I just feel like outdated. Like what's gotten rotten, I want to say. I'm going to get a few more oracle cards to expand on this. Yeah, confidence is your key to success. I do feel it's a real big emphasis on a sense of identity kind of surging out of you, like a new sense of power, a new sense of dignity, integrity, sovereignty. I just get these big dignified words that come up, and I feel like it's coming after a time of immense healing and reflection, and allowing doors to close, allowing endings to completely, be let go of, and recognizing how worthy you are of this new beginning and of these new beginnings. and how worthy you are of feeling good. I feel like angels and divine support is heavily behind you at this time, and I feel like there's a real big message here to find balance between resting and recharging, but also kind of like getting out there and shining your light. Um, it's like a get comfortable in this new skin. Oh, it feels good. You know, it feels a lot more free, a lot more flowing, a lot more flexible, a lot less restrictive. Um, yeah, I feel like the real you is coming out, making a debut. I feel maybe some of you are being more seen, and this is good for you. Expect powerful change, big things happening for you, conclusions are within reach. Yeah, big new beginning here, I feel. And it's kind of like you're becoming this new person, and yet you don't know who this new person is, but they feel good, they feel courageous, they feel confident, they feel assured. They feel good. Okay, I really feel good. And we have this fixed moon, hold your vision. And I feel like whatever you're focused on, ensure that it is something that is going to build you up and lead you forward. And hold your vision for whatever you have in mind for how you want your life to go, because you have a lot of support, and trust in that. I want to say 1 second, group 3. All right, so let's get a little bit more, and then we're gonna get into the tarot. Excuse me. Get a little bit more for group 3 here. I hear welcome to the new you. Getting grounded is very important for you, group 3. Staying grounded. Yeah, coming to a firmer sense of self, and this is interesting. I feel like in this new strut of yours, or this embracing of who you really are, there's a message here to not become defensive for your past self, or it's like, know the difference between standing up for yourself and being defensive, because I feel like that could be a challenge for you coming up. Very interesting. Even amidst the changes, I want to say, because there is a lot of changes going on in your life, I feel, if not now, coming up. Coming up. And I feel like it's going to be essential that you have some type of daily activity that you do that helps you to come back to your center, that helps you to clear your mind, that helps you to have silence or solitude. Having affirmations is good as well. But not only do you have affirmations, you also check in on where you also might need to build something. So let's say that you have the affirmation that I am confident, I am courageous, I am strong, I am resilient. That is all good, but also I am compassionate, I am love, I am warm. You know, like having that balance. I want to say, and I do want to say, being more open here, especially with that drop your shields, allowing others to approach you without you being on defense. I feel like I said that already. Can we get a little bit more? That's all I'm going to do. And on the bottom we have track down your fears and desires. So yeah, holding your vision on what you want, and not allowing the things that pop up that you don't want to make you feel as if you can't get what it is that you do want. Look at the things that are kind of not aligned with what you desire as distractions and being more open to eliminating those distractions by identifying that they do not make you feel fulfilled. There we go. Peacekeeper, let go of the need to be right. That makes me feel like, yeah, find a balance between understanding what it is to defend yourself and what it means to be defensive. And like conserving your energy for things that matter instead of always feeling like everything is like a time for you to show yourself. I don't know. It's giving like Leo energy, but like Leo is still a lion. So, it can be intimidating, but you don't want to kind of repel people. You want to attract people. And I feel like honor that side of Leo, of that warm, that open, that generous, that shining energy instead of the one that's like ferocious and loud, and on defense, because that's what's going to lead to a lot of growth. And I feel like, this is opening you up to accepting what it is that you've been either waiting on, what you've been really nurturing, and now it's time for its fruition. But I feel overall it's a lot of growth, especially materially, possibly like a new job or a new position may give you more resources. Overall, your reading just feels really good. Like, I feel like it's asking for you to stay grounded and present and centered into who you are, letting go of what needs to be let go of, and recognizing what wounded parts of you are still reactive to certain situations, and what part of you do you need to reflect on so that you can finally heal that wound, leave that baggage behind, and progress forward feeling a lot more free and open. So let's get some tarot. Yeah, there's this guarded defensive energy about you, group 3. See, even the way I just, I don't know. It's like I feel it, like, it's kind of like side-eyeing, like, skeptical. It's very interesting. It feels like you kind of think people are against you, maybe even subconsciously. Like this is a pattern of your past. And you've learned how to really stand in your power, but I feel like cultivating that power with grace and dignity is a new task for you. Okay, can we get more for group 3? Yeah, learning how to wield your power with grace and love. Maybe there's some emotional baggage that you still carry from your past. Yeah, that's past energy. And it could have affected your self-esteem. The 8 of Cups is curious to me. Can I get a little bit more? Yeah, I'm seeing a need of like a big release. Allowing your emotions to come up, because it's like a purifying process. It's like a cleansing. Really looking at your past and seeing how past situations may have affected you more deeply than you would like to admit, and allowing yourself to heal from that and move forward with more focus and understanding for yourself, especially in a more compassionate and nurturing way. I feel like you're being more nurturing towards yourself, where that's the advice, is for you to be more considerate of yourself and your emotions. Give yourself the room to experience those emotions, and recognizing that your emotions are a tool for you instead of something to be suppressed or repressed. They help you to understand what your boundaries are and what truly matters for you. And I feel like that's why it's asking for you to stay grounded, because, without ground, water would not be able to flow in the way that it should, um, and I also want to say that maybe this is a highly emotional time for you. And I saw the astrology podcast, and Diana Rose Harper said that even the ocean has a floor. So if you feel that you're overwhelmed by too many emotions, or that you feel as if you're drowning in tears or you're drowning in your emotions, recognize that the ocean only goes so far. It may be deep, but you will find grounding, you will find stability. So go through the motions, take time to rest if you need it. If things become too overwhelming, especially in this healing process, take that time that you need to recoup, recalibrate, and know that you have the strength and resilience to get through any challenge that may present itself to you, especially emotionally, because you have what it takes to overcome. Yeah, I feel like it's a time of laying down burdens, or this feels like all the experiences that you've been through, it's like you carry them like a badge of honor. And it's like, it's time to let that go, because although it gives you a sense of dignity to know that you can get through these things, it's getting to a point of weighing you down and being unable to be open to new experiences because you carry so much of your past with you. And it's like, in order for you to accept new and beautiful opportunities that are grounded in this reality, you have to let go of what's been keeping you from being receptive to it. And I do feel that there has been a lot of work put in, and I do see rewards coming in, a change in your environment, or a change in your fortune. Because I do feel like there's this mindset of you being maybe slightly unlucky based on what you've been through. And I feel like a shift in, I don't want to say that actually. Just recognizing that things can always change, instead of feeling like your past is going to be equivalent to what your future is to hold, or your future is equivalent to what your past was. So yeah, this Page of Swords is it's like letting that guard down, not being so alert. This is giving like survival mode energy of like feeling like, oh, I have to be like observant of everyone. I have to make sure like nobody's secretly gonna try to stab me in my back, type of thing. And recognizing like you may be the one who like kind of hurts yourself internally, because this keeps you from moving forward in a way that could get you what you want. This is making me think of like delays, because there's a lot of looking backwards, like yeah, I feel like it's a lot of asking for you to let go of the past. The past. That is the main thing here, because I feel like you're becoming a whole new version of yourself. Your external reality is changing, but now you're in this like stage of release, surrender. When I'm filming this, it is Mercury retrograde, so I'm not surprised. But yeah, it's a lot of restructuring the mindset of perceptions and recognizing what's been carried that now needs to be let go of. Yeah. So I'm gonna get an advice card from this deck. Advice for group 3. Journey. Yeah, this gives me like the full energy and action. It's like moving forward. She's packed light. You see? Is she packed light? To me, I personally just feel like it's time to move on, to experience new, and being open to what is about to unfold in your life, even though you don't know what's going to be happening. It's going to be a nice journey. It's going to be a nice change of scenery. And if you have an opportunity to travel, I would say that'll be good for you to really see something different, Maybe, go ride a horse. But we also have victory. So I think this is just confirmation that, now's a time of shining, of glowing up, of really coming into a sense of self that you've never really felt, feeling really proud of yourself, and feeling like you can triumph over anything because you see how resilient you've been through your past, and recognizing that now it's time to look forward and that there's a lot of success and blessings coming to you at this time. A lot of stability and security here, especially within yourself. So honor that. And I do feel a new sense of community could be coming in for you, but right now it's a lot of focus on detaching from any pain that keeps you from connecting with others in an authentic and open way that you feel safe. Excuse me, I really feel like there's a focus on feeling safe so that you can feel safe in relationships as well. So that's what I have for you, group 3. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Let me know how it resonated in the comments. Leave a like if you enjoyed and subscribe. And I'll chat with you later. And until then, I'll just say goodbye.